This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Happy Monday. Welcome. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, Guy Almquist will join us. Capital Bruin boys, number one team in the state, suffering the first loss of the season on Saturday. How do they rebound? No pun intended. Let's see. We're also going to chat about the auto contest performance of the week. The Big Sky and the Frontier races are heating up, especially the Frontier men. Well, the Frontier men and women, both heating up, with one game remaining in the regular season. We'll talk about that, too, on this day in history. Much more coming up. If you want to weigh in on the Super Bowl or anything you saw over the weekend, you can. 406-209-1267 at JWalker Sports on the Twitter. And you can also get a hold of us, Jason, at jasonwalkershow.com. The opening segment is brought to you, as always, by our great friends over at Montana Custom Log Home, the premier log home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. Milled log, handcrafted, and timber frame. Project management services. Largest home to date, 30,000 square feet under the roof. Check them out at yourcustomlog.com. All right, let's see here. What do we got coming up today? We mentioned a little bit. So the Super Bowl. Let's start there, shall we? The halftime show. Let's start with the halftime show because it was fantastic. It really was. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. I thought it was well done. They had a nice little tribute to Tupac. And thankfully they didn't do the hologram. But it was pretty good. Now, was it the best ever? No. Not the best ever. Prince in 07 in Miami, 15 years ago, in the rain, purple rain. Prince was, I think, the best halftime performance. You can weigh in on the Facebook, Twitter, at JWalker Sports. Call in or text 406-209-1267. But and then the game itself, look, the Rams deserved to win. Their defense, you pissed off Aaron Arnold, and you tried to pick a fight with him on the sideline after a clean hit of Joe Burrow out of bounds, and then you throw a punch and don't get a flag called on you. That fired up that defense and Donald himself. And 7 sacks of Joe Burrow. Cincinnati played really well. They shut down that run game of the Rams until the last run of the game, basically. But how do you stop Cooper Kupp? You don't. You don't. There's a reason I had him on my fantasy team. We watched him in Big Sky action just tear up the league. And he was the go-to guy. I don't know how Cincinnati didn't double-team him on every play on that last drive. You knew that Cooper Kupp was getting the ball. But congratulations to the Rams. Congratulations to Matt Stafford. 12 years in purgatory in Detroit, and he gets a Super Bowl his first season in L.A. So congratulations. That wasn't the only thing from the Super Bowl I wanted to hit on. Masks. Not one person, celebrity-wise, wearing a mask in California at the Super Bowl. Plus 70,000 plus in the stadium. Okay, we can all stop wearing masks literally everywhere. We can take them off on planes. We need to just get rid of masks literally everywhere because Everyone at that game was not wearing a mask, and yet kids in school still have to wear masks. Let's end the charade, okay? Let's end the mask charade right now. But aside from that, it was a great weekend in Montana sports. State swimming, state wrestling. Wow. Unbelievable performances. And congratulations to all of the winners. And we're going to run down them. Let's start with the swimming, shall we? The AA girls Great Falls High outpoints rival CMR to get the win. And the AB girls Billings Central. AA boys goes to Missoula Sentinel. And AB boys Billings Central gets the sweep there with the girls. And just unbelievable, great performances, individual. And we're not going to run through all of them, but, you know, congratulations. And you're an Auto Contest Performance of the Week nominee if you won state in swimming. And what a great venue, Great Falls High, the swimming pool. And, you know, I can't swim. Just water scares the heck out of me. I've never been, I can doggy paddle really well, but not a big fan. I can water ski and jet ski, but you put me in a swimming pool, I freak out. You put me in a middle of a boat, unless I'm driving it, I freak out. But let's see here. Some individual winners. I mean, Billings Central was really good. So was Missoula Sentinel. Tegan Boyson from Helena High in the girls 200 IM. That's not easy. That's not easy at all. Daniel Apostle from Billings Central, that's a pretty... I mean, if your name is Daniel Apostle and you go to Billings Central, yeah, you're prophetic to win. That's pretty cool. So congratulations to everybody in state. Wrestling. The Flathead boys and girls dominating. Girls winning their second straight. Flathead boys, I mean, it was close. Senior gave them a run, but the Flathead boys get the win. And congratulations. So it goes Flathead, Senior, West, and then Butte, Great Falls, Capital 6th. At 103, AA, Zach Morse of West, third, Cashton Spolar of Capital was second. At 113, Keon Hernandez of West, your champion. Mason Gutenberger of Belgrade, the champ at 120. Let's see here. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Carter Schmidt of Belgrade, 126. 132, Tegan Vasquez of Glacier. I think that's 3 straight. 138, little upset. Jesse Arness of West defeated Jalen Vladik of Senior, 1-0. Carson DeRozier of Capital goes third, but ends a fantastic career in a Bruin wrestling uniform, in a singlet. 145, Finn Nadu of Flathead, your champ. 152, Bozeman's Avery Allen. I think that's 3 straight for him in that weight class, or for him. Drake Rhodes of West at 160. Connor Kovic at Capital was third. Paolo Selmanen of Skyview wins the 170 title. Mason Christian of Butte, 182. Brendan Lockhart of Great Falls, 205. Talon Marsh at 285 from Capital. Pinned Raven Hensley of Great Falls in 150. Class A, Sydney gets the win again over Havre. Those two have been so good over the years against each other, right? I mean, just team titles after team titles. And great stuff. Let's see. 103, Elijah Nose of Laurel, the champion. Reese Graves of Sydney at 113. Isaac Beardsley of Miles City at 120. Owen Lonsky of Sydney at 26. Laurel's Ashton Olshak at 32. Justin Weidenauer of Columbia Falls wins 138. Xander Dean of Sydney at 145. 152 goes to Xander Burnison of Sydney. Sydney's Aiden Graves at 160. More on that in a second. Orion T-Verge of Havre at 70. Jace DeShazer of Libby, 182. 205, Dante Pallone of Hardin. And 285, Gabe Walker of Miles City, who could be a relative. I'll have to check that out. Holden Medjed of Miles City, second. Class BC, Huntley Project gets the team win. Cutbank second. Jefferson High third by a half a point from taking second. Cole Rogers of Three Forks wins at 103. Huntley's Baylor, check that, 113. Braden Linville at Three Forks. 120, Gavin Needens of Huntley Project. Cooper Lane of Project at 26. Circles, Tug Taylor at 32. 38, Plains' David Schultz. Champion at 145, Thompson Falls Trey Thilmany. 152, Canyon Casterline of Circle. Zach Valdez of Colstrip at 160. Tyler Schoen of Chinook at 170. Austin Vanek, Cutbank, 82. 205, Glasgow's Kyler Halleck. And your champion at 285, Fort Benton's Brock Hanford. And then the girls, Flathead outpaced senior by a bunch. And congratulations to the winners there, including Angelina Escarceja of Poplar at 103. Jasmine Gorder of Poplar at 113. 120, Flathead's Hanya Halverson. Amaya Kern of Sydney at 126. Livingston's Jessica Gubler at 132. Mariah Wall, Cutbank, 138. Gretchen Donnelly Project, 145. Kendall Tucker Sr., 152. Cabry Taylor of White Sulphur Springs at 170. Cassidy Savari of Skyview at 205. And 285, Keely Hood of Columbus. So there's all of your wrestling winners. All state swimming champs and wrestling champs are Auto Contest Performance of the Week nominees. We mentioned Aiden Graves of Sydney winning at 160. That's 4 straight. Aiden Graves becomes the 38th wrestler in Montana wrestling history to be a 4-timer. And pretty impressive. Won at 132, 145, 152, and 160. So congratulations, Aiden, a Auto Contest Performance of the Week nominee. And deservedly so. I mean, 4 straight? Come on. That's awesome. Let's see here. State wrestling, state swimming, Auto Contest Performance of the Week nominees. Let's go to basketball because there were some good ones. We had some pretty good scores coming in from over the weekend. Capital boys upset by Glacier. Let's see. Paige Loeffling of Huntley with 33. Rhett Reynolds, Shelby, 33. Mailstones, Drea Wacker put up 32. That's a couple of pretty good ones. I think that was Friday. On Saturday games, let's see. Tavius Randall of Belgrade at 34 points. Sims Laura Zitsky put up 32. Lockwood's Taylor Harris, 32. Dylan Flatt, Shields Valley, 32. Pretty good athlete. Finley Tesaro of Three Forks put up 31. A couple of 30-point scorers, one from Shepherd and Colton Zubak and Brooke Badivonic. Let's try that one again. Butte Central. And I said her brother's name last year. Badinovic. I think that's what it is. Badanovic. That's what it is. Okay, there we go. Anyway, congratulations. Great stuff over the weekend. We had fun down at Tech calling a really good, couple of really good games with the Providence women getting past the Tech women, and then the men. Providence men led basically the entire second half until there was just a few minutes left, and then Christian Jones, Laurel product, hit 3 threes and got the 14th ranked Orediggers of Tech to the victory. It wasn't easy, but Tech stays Tech stays on top of the Frontier standings with Carroll, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show because it's going to come down to the Thursday night. Carroll plays at Providence. Tech has Northern and men and women. That Providence-Carroll women's game is huge. And then Rocky Western women is going to be a big one too. There's a 3-way tie in the Frontier women's standings right now. And a 2-way tie on top for the men. It's crazy. We'll talk Big Sky basketball coming up as well. Talked about the Bobcat women stumbling Thursday, but getting the rebound win on Saturday. And a whole lot more still to come. Jason Walker Show. Opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry, over 50-plus years of experience, the best craftsmen in the state of Montana, and they'll build you a home crafted to last for generations. Family-owned and operated, veteran-owned, and woman-owned. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. We'll talk to Guy Almquist when we return. Capital boys suffering their first loss of the season on the road. How do they rebound? And we'll find out, Braden Cook, when will he be back? We'll try to get that answer and more when we return. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming right back, Capital boys coach Guy Almquist next. Hang on.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Monday, presented by Capital Collision Center. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. It's Valentine's Day. You celebrate? Are you a big Valentine's fan? It kind of set up dudes to fail this year, and I blame the NFL. I mean, you put the Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden you've got Valentine's the next day. It's tough on dudes. It's tough on women too. Anyway. Some conference performers of the week that are now Auto Concepts performers of the week nominees. Let's see here. How about Hayden Schroll, Cascade Conference Wrestler of the Week. The WVT Laboratory Cascade Conference Wrestler of the Week. The 17th ranked wrestler in the nation at 184. Beat number 6, Carl Hansen of Northern, 12-6, leading the Argos, helping to a 18-16 dual win over the 8th ranked Lights last week on Thursday. Schroll's missed the last year and a half due to injury. They took it off a couple of months to kind of work him back in slowly. And Schroll now will be hitting the mats this weekend. Friday and Saturday, the Cascade Conference Tournament will be held up at Havers. So Hayden Schroll, congratulations. Let's see here. Frontier Conference, Indoor Track and Field, Nikki Krueger of Carroll, Sydney Littlelight of Rocky, the Urk Hotels Women's Indoor Track and Field Athletes of the Week. Littlelight from the Crow Agency is once again the track athlete of the week. She's so good. She took first in the mile at the Mountain State Games at Idaho State with an A standard qualifying time, 4:59.66. It's also the second fastest time in the NAI this season. Krueger, the senior from Kalispell at the Mountain State Games, took first in the shot put with a throw of 14.44 meters. It's the second best in the country this season. She is the defending national champ. Would love to talk to her, but the administration wouldn't let me talk to her last year. It's a true story. Let's see. Jackson Wilson of Rocky, Drake Schlatter of Tech, the men's track athletes and field athlete of the week. The field athlete Schlatter from California won the long jump, 7.78 or 6.78 meters. Wilson from Box Elder, South Dakota, when it finished second in the men's 3,000 in 8:35.67. Women's basketball player of the week, Brindley Fitzgerald of Western. She averaged 29.5 points, 7 boards, 3 steals, and 2.5 assists per game in a loss in overtime to 16th ranked Providence, and then a big win over Northern on the road. 19 of 35 from the floor. She also had 8 of 16 from the three-point line, and was just missed 1 free throw out of 14 attempts. And then men's basketball player of the week, Jovan Slovanchinin of Carroll. He led the Saints 2 wins, beat Tech, which was key on Thursday to get that tiebreaker if they both tie for first. He averaged 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists, and also picked up his 50th double-double of his career. You heard that right. Yep, his 50th double-double in his career. Speaking of double-doubles, this dude probably had some. We'll have to ask him next time. Guy Almquist, longtime coach of the Capital Bruins, joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Bruins suffering the first loss of the season over the weekend at Glacier. How do they rebound? He joins us now to talk about it on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, we were just chatting a little bit, but a pretty good football game yesterday, and your team that you picked to win ended up getting the victory thanks to that great defense.
Yeah, fun game to watch, competitive. It was kind of nice to see a couple different teams and some different characters in the game. So it's been a while since there was a Super Bowl where there wasn't one team I absolutely needed to lose. So I enjoyed it, and like you said, it came down to the end, which is always nice.
How about the halftime show?
Hey, I'm right in that pocket where I enjoyed it. That was my kind of deal. So I thought it was. I don't know if it was necessarily the best ever. I'm a little partial still to the performance standards of Michael Jackson, but I did think it was pretty good and definitely an improvement over recent performances.
I like the way you phrase that. That is very well said. Although a couple years ago there wasn't a lot of complaining with J-Lo and Shakira. But let's talk hoops as we talk to Guy Almquist. Tough weekend for the Bruins as you guys fall for the first time, but a big win Friday night over a very good Flathead team. Hayden Opitz leading the way.
Yeah, it's a tough weekend. It's tough to go up there and play. And I thought the Flathead and Glacier came out and played very hard, very competitive. And, we feel fortunate to get to at least one win in the left-hand column. And we really struggled against Glacier, actually really all weekend, a little shooting the ball. But against Glacier, we were 6 out of 30 from 2-point distance, which is, we usually shoot 55 to 60%. From that range. So it was a very tough shooting night. A lot of it had to do with Glacier's defense. They did a good job. They got the Bauer kid inside to protect his hoop, but we weren't at our best, but we were able to get one win, and we'll learn and have another big week this week.
Well, it's high school hoops. It's not the end of the season. You still get to play some hoops, and you still have a couple of weeks left to right the ship before divisionals and state tournament. And I know Braden's still out with that illness, but other guys have stepped up in the last 2 weeks. And despite the loss on Saturday, you've got to be pleased with the way the team is responding at this point.
No question. The kids are doing a great job. They're really digging in and working hard. And we just need to remain confident. I think when you lose, you sometimes have a tendency to overreact, just like you can if you win. And we just need to understand we're doing a lot of things well. We're certainly not perfect. There's lots of room for improvement, but the kids are doing a great job, and I can't say enough about how they're falling for each other and working hard in practice.
You mentioned that long trip. What was it like Saturday night coming back from the Flathead? Pretty quiet?
Not really. We leave at a pretty decent hour. We got back around 9 p.m. and seemed to be a decent amount of chatter, some initial sleeping right away, but then decent amount of chatter. Kids are enjoying themselves, and that's what you want. Like you said, it's just one loss, and it's not a big deal. We're there's a lot to be done, a lot ahead of us, and that didn't stop us from any of our goals on the season. So I think the kids are in a good mood and just ready to play another game.
We've talked about it the last couple of weeks as we talked with Capital coach Guy Almquist, but the schedule has been weird because of basically 1 week of snow out, but you got Hellgate tomorrow night on the road. This is a team that is pretty good and not as loaded as they have been. I was actually talking down in Butte with some people, and they were saying that, you don't have those studs. Oh, it's Coach Bob Howard as well from Great Falls High. They don't have the names. It's just a really good basketball team.
Yeah, they don't have the guy that, you absolutely can't stop one-on-one. They have a lot of very good players, and they're coached very well. So they're a real good basketball team, a big physical basketball team. That's certainly what stands out to me after playing them once. And so they're a great basketball team. Been playing very well, and we're going to have to give a tremendous effort to give ourselves a chance tomorrow night.
Well, and you've got, a pretty good team yourself. And I mentioned Hayden Opitz, and he's been having just a solid, consistent year. Is this the most consistent he's played in his career as a Capital Bruin?
I think so. Just getting, just another year older, getting more and more experience. He's doing a great job. And the one thing that is no question always going to be consistent with Hayden is his effort. His effort each day, each game, each practice, each workout in the summer. He's just a very consistent kid, and I enjoy that about him, and that's why he's become the type of athlete he has at Capital. And so we're fortunate. I think we've got a lot of kids that fit that bill, but Hayden's certainly at the top of that list.
We mentioned Hellgate tomorrow, but then you got Helena High on the road on Saturday or Friday, I guess, and then you go back on to Sentinel after a week off. But a couple of games this week, and they all matter in the standings now. And what do you tell the boys?
Yeah, they're huge basketball games, and what we tell the boys now is not changed at all. Each and every day in practice, we're watching film. We're trying to figure out what are our weaknesses, where are our strengths, play to our strengths, and improve on our weaknesses. And that's what we're going to do each day this week. So all the games count the exact same. There's no doubt about that. But some games are bigger than others, and we've got two big ones this week.
Yeah, they definitely are, and I look forward to both of those for sure. It is Valentine's Day today. Are you a big Valentine's Day person?
I am not, and thankfully my wife is not either. So we don't do much on Valentine's Day because the calendar says it's Valentine's Day. So that's not a huge thing at our house. Usually during basketball season, we're just trying to keep it on the rails with the family. So I'm very fortunate that that's not a huge thing for either one of us. But yeah, we'll probably try to have dinner together, and if we're able to do that, that's probably a win in our book.
Especially from basically November to March, if you can have one dinner together a week, yeah. That's a big one. Speaking of basketball, your daughter plays for Katie Garson-Forba. How cool is it to be able to watch your daughter playing? I know you're not able to catch a lot of games because of the away and home and away thing, but how is she playing in your eyes?
Yeah, well, first, it is nice that they're on different nights, being able to watch her play and her teammates, and they're on a great streak right now. So that's kind of pretty cool to see them play better and better and kind of, rise in the standings a little bit here over these last 2 or 3 weeks. But, yeah, I think if I was going to critique her, she's starting to settle in a little bit and, understand her role and play to the best of her ability. She's, I think, doing a pretty good job being consistent. I think she's, probably someone that Coach Garson-Forba can rely on and know what she's going to get every game. And Kayla just, she likes being part of a group and wants her teammates to have success and just enjoys the game. So it'll be fun to watch her on Saturday and see her joy.
Yeah, definitely. With Crosstown, it's always a fun one. Guy Almquist, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. All right, I guess that's about it. We talked some hoops, we talked some football. I mean, it's that time of the year where everything matters. How much would you like to have Talon Marsh on your team right now?
I've seen Talon Marsh play basketball. He's done a couple of gyms over the years, and I think he thinks more highly of his basketball skills than I do, probably. But he would add a physical element. There's no doubt about that.
State champ wrestler. That's pretty cool. Capital DeRozier taking third. It's a pretty good wrestling squad that they have. And I know there's some guys that you would love to have on the floor playing some hoops too. But they're getting the job done on the wrestling mats as well.
They are, yeah. No, Coach Graham, they had a great season, a lot of individual success and team success. So I know everybody at Capital is super proud of what they've done this whole year.
Well, Coach, good luck tomorrow night at Hellgate and then against Helena High on Friday night, and we'll talk next week.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much, Jason.
Guy Almquist joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home. It's your auto. It's your life. Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller, State Farm in Helena. Yeah, big game for the Bruins tomorrow at Hellgate and coming off that loss. And I don't think Braden Cook's going to be back tomorrow dealing with illness. It's not COVID. I can tell it's just a matter of getting him, like Coach said last week, getting him healthy enough to play where he can play and be, it's tough. We did mention Little Kovic taking third as well. So it was a good run for him. Of course, that's Noah's little brother, right? Yeah. Noah Kovic, pretty good wrestler as well. Some good wrestling in this state. I love it. I wish my son had stayed with it. I think he won state little guy wrestling 7th grade year. And then we moved up to Helena. And then he retired. He said, I'm going out on top, Dad. I said, okay. He wrestled 1 year over in Stevensville and missed going to state by just a point or two in divisionals, but wish he would have stuck with it. Wrestling it's different. It's a different, basketball parents, football parents are they're cool and everything, but wrestling parents are different breed. It's like, it's like being a catcher in baseball. You're different in baseball if you're a catcher. Just a different mentality, and wrestlers have that mentality. They're strong. They're tough. Boys and girls. And it was great to see the girls this year. 242, I think, down at the state tournament in Billings. So, super fun. And now we just await districts, divisionals, and basketball. That's all that's left. That's all that's left for us in the winter sports season. But we've got a lot of basketball coming up, from the high school front to the college front. And Thursday night's going to be big, real big, and in the Frontier for both the men and the women. We'll talk about that when we come back. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. We talked about the little one's bed, and she now refuses to take a nap anywhere else except in her bed because she just loves her bed so much. And I love it too. It's really comfy. And we got it at Rucker's Furniture, and we made the quality choice for our home at Rucker's Furniture. So appreciate them hopping on board the Jason Walker Show. All right, we'll talk Big Sky Hoops. Auto Concepts Performance of the Week is coming up as well. Jason Walker Show on a Monday. Come right back.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back. Final segment on a Monday. Jason Walker Show. It is Valentine's Day. Guys, head to the grocery stores. Get your last-minute chocolates, cards, all of that, flowers. My wife doesn't celebrate. She's like, a few years ago, she's like, nope, it's a made-up holiday. We're not celebrating Valentine's. And I fought for a little bit, but then I was like, you know what? Her birthday's in 5 days. I'll focus on the birthday more than Valentine's, right? So we'll do that. But you still take care of the little one. It's Valentine's Day for her. She was all excited, taking her Valentine's to school today, daycare, give to her friends, teachers. She got a flower yesterday. So, just a sweetheart. Let's see here. Big Sky basketball. Frontier basketball. But the Big Sky, holy cow. The Montana State women stumbled last week on the road in overtime, losing to Southern Utah. In Cedar City, a team that they'd had about 12 hours to prepare for, basically. Once they found out that they weren't getting to play Portland State, they flew Wednesday back to Cedar City and played, instead of an 0-12 Portland State team that was out because of the COVID, they played one of the best teams in the Big Sky. And so bounced back with a win over NAU on Saturday, the women did, of Montana State. As we check out the Big Sky women's standings, and a couple of weeks left, that's it. Idaho State 12-3, Montana State 11-3, Southern Utah 10-4, and then Sac State 9-5. So Southern Utah lost Saturday after beating the Cats, and then you got Montana at 7-5 in that fifth spot. That would be the final bye spot. Is that right? Top five get byes, I think. Sac State's won 4 in a row on the women's side. Idaho State 3 in a row. But the Cats have won 9 out of 10 and back home this weekend, as they will take on, let's see, what is this weekend? They will have Eastern Washington and then Southern Utah at home. So a chance to get back at Southern Utah on Sunday, or on Saturday rather. And then Eastern Washington coming to town Thursday to Bozeman. Those two also play the Lady Grizz. The Bobcat women will then head to Portland State on Monday, a week from tonight, to play. So let's see, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left. The Cats with 2 home games, Eastern and Southern Utah this weekend, and then at Portland State Monday, at the Lady Grizz next week, and then the first weekend in March at Sac State, tough one, and then at Northern Colorado before the Big Sky tournament starts, March 7th. And Lady Grizz will have the same tough schedule pretty much, sitting there at 7-5, and they will have, well, they're at Eastern tonight, Lady Grizz are, and then they're home for Idaho, and then at Idaho on back-to-back games, the 17th and the 21st, and then Southern Utah, Montana State at home, at Northern Colorado, at Sac State, and then the Big Sky tournament. So not an easy go for either the Bobcat or Lady Grizz women. Men's basketball, nobody's hotter in the nation right now than Montana State. 11 consecutive wins, 12-2 in the Frontier, or in the Big Sky rather. And we had Danny Sprinkle on last week. He talked about how important that crowd was. They were huge Thursday and Saturday. A couple of close wins. And the Bobcats lead by a game and a half over Southern Utah. Weber State's lost 3 in a row to drop to 11-4. And then the Grizz at 10-5. lost at home in overtime to Northern Arizona, then bounced back on Saturday with a victory. And it's going to be fun weekend, or fun couple of weeks for the Cats and the Grizz as well, as the Cats this week will head to Eastern Washington and Southern Utah. They'll play at Montana on the 27th after an 8-day break after the Southern Utah game, and then wrap up at home with Sac State, Northern Colorado. The Grizz, as you look at their schedule, they're going to have some fun too. At 10-5, they're good in that bye spot, that first round bye. But the Grizz will be at Idaho on Thursday, and then they'll have a week off to play at Southern Utah. Get the Cats at home, and then wrap up with UNC and Sac State at home. Now, on the Frontier, it's we'll start with the men, and there's nobody closer. There's nobody close to Carroll and Tech. Carroll and Tech are both 12-2. Saints 26-3. The Tech men 23-6. Saints on the tiebreak. Carroll plays at Providence on Thursday in the final regular season game. The Diggers get MSU Northern at home. Now, Northern's the third best team in the conference record-wise, tied with Montana Western. Each is 6-8. They're each 6 games out of first. So we know Carroll and Tech will have a first-round bye in the playoffs. You got Rocky at 4-10, and then Providence 2-12, suffering this year. They've had injuries, they've had COVID, lots of issues. But they gave Tech everything that the Tech wanted on Saturday, and Tech finally got the win thanks to Christian Jones. Big threes at the end. The women, it's also a 6-game separation between first and third. Well, technically first and fourth. Let's start at the bottom. You got MSU Northern 1-13. They're at Tech on Thursday to wrap up the regular season. Tech women 3-11. Western's 5-9. And then at the top of the Frontier women's standings, it goes Rocky 11-3, Providence 11-3, Carroll 11-3, because Carroll knocked off Rocky. Now Rocky owns a tiebreak over the Carroll women for that number 1 seed. Carroll women play at Providence. Each has won once. That game Thursday could very well determine the second spot or the first. If Rocky were to lose to Western, which has already happened once this season, then Rocky would drop to second if Carroll or Providence would move up to first, and the other one would be the third seed and have to play in the opening round of the conference tournament. Rocky's 23-4, Carroll's 23-5, and Providence is 24-5. What are they, 70-14 combined? All three are going to the NAI tournament. It's just a matter of seeding, basically. Carroll women, the higher-ranked team at 7. Providence 19. Rocky was 16 in the last poll, or 15 in the last poll. The next poll comes out next week. I mean, it doesn't get closer than that. And, man. So Rocky owns the tiebreak over Carroll and also owns the tiebreak over Providence. So if Rocky women beat Western on Thursday, the Battling Bears and West Keller, the Frontier Conference regular season champs, could be tied. Well, they will be tied with either Carroll or Providence, and they would own the tiebreak over both. But if Rocky loses, then Carroll or Providence would move into that one spot. Whoever wins Thursday would be the conference champs. It's going to be fun Thursday night. Oh, wish I was actually going to that Providence game. That would be fun. With Carroll on Thursday. Up there at the McLaughlin Center. All right. So there's that. All right, let's do our auto contest performance of the week. Great nominees. I mean, swimming, wrestling, great performances on the basketball floor. Jovan Slovančanin picking up a 50th career double-double in a Saints uniform. That's impressive. When it's all said and done, he's quietly become one of the best frontier players of all time. I mean, honestly. But we're going to go down to the high school front for Auto Concepts Performance of the Week this week. I believe he went undefeated in winning the 285-pound state championship at the AA level. Capital's Talon Marsh is your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, a state champion. And I believe he finished the season undefeated. And got a real quick pin of his championship match competitor on Saturday to win the title down there at the Metra. And how about the crowds at the Metra? Unreal. Super awesome. And it was great to have everybody back. I mean, if you saw pictures from it was packed. 12 mats, but the stands were packed. Marsh, by the way, pinned Raven Hensley of Great Falls in 1:50. So, yeah. Our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week is Talon Marsh of Capital. All right, let's do our On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Pinkerton Leather. Check them out at pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount on all products. Everything from wallets to saddles, everything in between. I mean, custom saddles. Veteran-owned. Casey Pinkerton, a combat vet, owns this company out of Wyoming. He is a Montanan. You can check him out on Facebook, Pinkerton CO. Today is National Football Hangover Day. It is Clean Out Your Computer Day, especially for names Hillary. Cream-Filled Chocolate Day. It is National Donor Day. It is also Ferris Wheel Day. And I know it's National Donor Day for donating organs, but it's also Valentine's Day, so Donor Day works on Valentine's Day too. 1929, St. Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago. 7 gangsters were killed, allegedly, on Al Capone's orders. 1951, Sugar Ray Robinson defeats Jake LaMotta, takes the middleweight title. 1952, the 6th Winter Olympic Games opened up at Oslo, Norway. At that Games, on the first day, the giant slalom event debuts for women. An American skier, Andrea Mead Lawrence, wins the gold, ahead of Dagmar Rahm of Austria and Germans Anne-Marie Buchner. 1984, Britain's Jane Torval, Christopher Dean famously dominate the ice dancing in Sarajevo. They performed to Bolero in the free dance and went 9 of 9 for perfect scores for artistic impression. 1999, 41st Daytona 500, Jeff Gordon becomes the first Daytona 500 pole sitter to win the race since Bill Elliott 12 years earlier. That is On This Day in History. It is presented by Pinkerton Leather Company. Go to pinkertonleather.com, use the discount code MTSports10, get a 10% discount on all products. Speaking of the Winter Olympics, it continues. U.S. women will play Canada in the gold medal for hockey. No surprise there. Canada did beat the U.S. women earlier in round-robin play, or pool play, whatever you want to call it. I was Googling yesterday. So Valentine's Day is named for the feast of St. Valentine. Originated as a Christian feast day honoring 1 or 2 early Christian martyrs named St. Valentine. And through later folk traditions, it's become obviously a significant cultural, religious, and commercial celebration of romance and love. Many regions around the world. It's not just an American deal. So there is a tradition that, okay, we know about the tradition of roses and all of that stuff. Now, I did see something yesterday that kind of blew my mind. So I have to find it again, but this was absolutely nuts. Okay, here it is. We were golfing a little bit on the simulator, playing League, and looking at where Valentine's originated. And now I can't find the story. Of course not. When you need it, you can't find it. But basically, it had to do with, goats and sheep. So formal messages appeared in the 1500s, and by the late 1700s were commercially being printed. 1800s is when it came back in, or debuted in the U.S. Cupid, of course. So now I can't find it. It was fantastic, though. But it basically, we're going to go down on this, see if this works. I mean, it was, okay, so basically it had to do with like sheep and goats, and then you used, like, you guys would kill them or martyr them, and then they would be able to use the hides to basically whip their women so that they would become fertile. That is one of the origins associated with Valentine's Day. Going back to flowers and chocolates, probably the better idea at this point. Instead of whipping women to make them fertile with goats, the hides of goats. Crazy.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off is presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. You get breakfast served all day from 11 to 8, Tuesday through Friday. Saturday 9 to 3, closed on Sundays. Mondays 11 to 3 for lunch. You get beignets, breakfast sandwiches, breakfast wraps. But if you're in the mood for lunch, dinner, obviously not tonight, but tomorrow or the rest of the week, keep this in mind. Etouffee, jambalaya, pasta Zydeco. Love me that. We talked about the Winter Olympics a little bit, but Maggie Voisin of Whitefish made it to the finals of whatever sport she's in. Olympic ski slope style. That's what it is. Darian Stevens is 17th. But I think they both get to go. So Voisin earned a chance. She had a qualified fourth with a score of 72.78. Estonia's Kelly Sidaro is the top qualifier at 86.15. So tonight, I believe, well, tomorrow morning over there, but tonight is the finals. And good luck to both. Another American, Marin Hamill, is in 7th. So Tuesday in China at 9:30, but it's tonight in Montana. So we can watch that in Montana tonight. That is the walk-off. It is presented by Cafe Zydeco. Hope you had a great Monday. Thanks to Guy Almquist for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow on TreasureStateRadio.com because they're about ready to leave us. We're about ready to wrap up. Anyway, tomorrow, Katie Garson-Forba and Brandon Day. And more tomorrow. We'll get Valentine stories, right? Will we? We'll see. All right. Hope you had a good one. Hope you had a great weekend and a Monday. Looking forward to a great week. Alex Eshelman will be back. Lance Hartzler as well. I believe Zach Allen from Missoula, comedian, friend of the show, will join us from Arizona, where he's been kicking tail this week. And you never know who else will join us. Hope you have a great week as well. Jason Walker Show, we are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, JasonWalkerShow.com.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.